Hi, good morning. I honestly didn't even know what I was going to talk about in depth, but it has to do with people taking their lives. I had my father take his life, and I had my cousin take her life. I had my childhood superhero from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Jason David Frank. He was the green and white ranger. He took his life. Actually, my father and Jason David Frank, my childhood hero, took their life in the same, within the same 6 months or so, the same year. And I've been kind of thinking about what topics I wanted to talk about this week, and I think it's this one. There was a documentary episode that came out last night on kind of all the bad things that kind of happened on the Power Ranger set and with the different Rangers. And obviously, the green/white Ranger Jason David Frank was one of them. And I feel really bad that that happened to him, and I feel like people have to live up to a stereotype like a superhero, or my dad had to live up to something that he was putting on himself as a father and as a provider, or mentor or something like that. And my cousin ended up in a really bad situation where she her husband had been doing things, very illegal things with kids and things like that, and it was disgusting and horrible. And she ended up not being able to kind of take it, and she took her life as well. And so I just wanted to take a moment to give some awareness to that, and that if you're struggling, definitely you gotta notice it, and please reach out, please talk to somebody, and it's not to be taken lightly. And it just goes to show you, even with my childhood superhero idol, or my own father, that when you stuff things down and you don't deal with them, eventually they catch up to you. And Jason David Frank, the Power Ranger guy, his brother took his life as well. And so it's insane. And these are just like the tip of the iceberg. Like, there's so many people that take their life. Chester Bennington from Linkin Park, band I liked. And you just keep going down the line, whether it's famous people or people and I had another friend, the guy who actually taught me guitar when I was a teenager. He also took his life. And I've had a few others personally, and then you have a lot more at the celebrity level of people you look up to, or like that do that, Robin Williams or whoever, right? And so it just goes to show you that even though they're smiling at the Comic Cons and they're taking pictures with you, and you don't really see what's going on, or they're all good and behind interviews, or movies, or your dad's calling you, telling you everything's fine, sometimes it's really not. Like, people just don't, especially the people that end up taking their lives and going through with it, they don't share. And I think that's part of the problem. They don't because I've been in some situations too, so I'm talking from experience, where I've gotten really down. So but they're not gonna talk about it, and I think that's kind of what happens. It builds up, and then it's too much, and they don't know what else to do, so they try to find a way out. Your body's always going to try to find a way out. It's going to try to release the valve through stress, whether it's stress, depression, and other things. So if it's just too much pain, you're going to end up drinking or drugging, or smoking, or eating obsessively, or sleeping all day, and you have to fight. You have to get up, and you have to move, you have to walk, you have to exercise, you got to do the hard thing. I was actually doing some math, and I only exercised like when you add up all the hours in a month or a week, it's like the amount that that little 1 hour out of 24 hours in a day, it's like less than 1%. Like, it sounds like a lot, like, to exercise 1 hour a day, but when you take like that 3 hours or 5 hours a week that you exercise, it's like 1% or 3% of your time. It's like nothing. It's like nothing. It's nothing at all. And there's such a huge gain from it. So it's like a 1% of uncomfort for 99% of being in shape and feeling good and looking great and getting rid of depression and all these other things, helping alleviate all these pains and suffering. And the same thing with healthier meal choices and things like that. It sounds crazy, but it's so stupid how it sounds, but diet and exercise are the two words nobody wants to hear. They just oh, diet and exercise, and it's but it's what really, really fortifies your insides and your outsides and gives you armor and mental armor and physical armor to combat the stressors of life and to think more clearly. Maybe think more clearly to get to, going to therapy, or just giving you the responses to, be more strong against certain thoughts or different things. And so I really promote still really changing up your life and your diet and your exercise and doing the uncomfortable things. It's 1 to 3% of your time, and you always get a massive benefit from being uncomfortable, not in pain. And if you're I don't want it, we just want to be in our warm cozy socks and our Snuggie and our slippers and the heater, and we want to just be cozy all day and lay around all day and watch our Netflix. Sounds right, and popcorn, some candy, it sounds good, but there's a time and place for that. And there's such a huge benefit in getting up in the morning, getting some sunshine, going on a walk, getting nature, just the physiological and psychological effects of seeing the color green and being outside and seeing nature has huge benefits on your mental state and combating people who want to take their lives. And when I was out of shape and depressed and working too much and eating like crap and I was super depressed all the time, and as I sought out and seek out spirituality and nature and whatever it is, or God or religion or whatever you need, just spiritually, mentally, physically work on yourself and your body, and be open to therapy and be open to talking about things. I teach my son, it's let's talk about it. If you're not ready right now, it's okay, but let's talk about it, because daddy tells you if you keep it inside and carry it around, it'll become poison inside. It'll make you sick. It'll make you not feel good. And I teach him that because it's true. And with with my cousin, my father, my childhood idol, and watching that documentary on kind of listening from his wife and his friends and co-stars and paperwork and police paperwork, so I'm not talking from my ass. It was obvious that he stuffed a lot of stuff down and was just trying to live up to his fans and keep his fans happy with the whole superhero thing, and not and the way he did it with just strangulation and things like that is just it's and my father happened to be with a GUN, and same with my cousin, GUN, and it's just that takes a lot of you're in a really bad place. I get emotional because I feel really bad for those people and the pain that they're carrying, and that they were holding that inside, and that they never did anything with it. And I miss my dad all the time, and I miss being able to go to the con and see Jason, or show him to my son. Can't do that now. And I hope in the next life, or where they're at now, as the soul lives on, that they they learn, or whatever happens, or if they're reincarnated and come here to try again, that they do talk about it. And so if you're struggling, talk about it. And this is a safe space, so comment down below, and I'm here to help. Check out my website if you need anybody to talk to. Email me, message me through my website, draconianwellness.com. You're not alone, and just be open to talking about it, and don't carry around that poison. Hope this video helped. Appreciate and love you guys, and I'm Draco, and I'll see you in the next video.